The mayapple, Podophyllum peltatum, is a perennial plant belonging to the Berberidaceae family and is native to parts of North America, including the eastern United States and southeastern Canada.
Mayapples often grow in colonies, forming a carpet of green across the forest floor. The colonies are interconnected through underground rhizomes, which allow them to spread and cover larger areas. Mayapple leaves can grow up to 12 inches or 30 centimeters in diameter. The mayapple plant typically grows to a height of 12 to 18 inches. These colonies can provide essential habitat and cover for small animals and insects, contributing to the biodiversity of the entire forest ecosystem. Here we have a single leaf of a mayapple. It has a broad palmate shape with 5 to 9 lobes resembling an umbrella or even an open hand. The leaf is smooth and glossy with a dark green color.
The flower of the mayapple boasts distinct features, with its single blossom unfurling beneath the umbrella-like leaves. Comprising 6 to 9 petal-like sepals, the flower encircles a central knob containing stamens and a pistil, lacking true petals. The coloration ranges from white to pale yellow, and these unique blooms typically grace the landscape in the spring months. Notably, only mayapple plants that have reached a stage of maturity marked by the presence of 2 leaves are capable of producing these flowers and the subsequent green, toxic fruit.
As summer approaches, the mayapple starts to produce its fruit. The fruit is green and resembles a small, round, unripe tomato. Please keep in mind that while the fruit might look tempting, it is not edible in its unripe state. Eating unripe mayapple fruit can be toxic and can cause severe gastrointestinal issues, so let's wait until it ripens. In mid to late July, we can begin to find the ripened fruit, which turn a beautiful gold-yellow color. Watch out though, the insects and the squirrels will almost always beat us to it. That said, this one's still good for the eating.
The flavor of the ripe mayapple fruit reminds me a little bit like the flavor of the jackfruit fruit, with a bit of acidity and sourness thrown in there. Besides for eating them raw, the ripe mayapple fruit can be cooked into a conserve, added to baked goods, or even dried for later use. Other parts of the mayapple, particularly the roots, have historically been used for numerous medicinal applications. Please note, though, that the mayapple is poisonous, especially its roots and leaves, and the following historical usages should be considered for knowledge purposes only and should not be tried until further scientific research and study demonstrates their efficacy and safety. With that said, let's get into some of the touted uses of the mayapple plant. The mayapple root has been used as an antihelminthic to combat helminth infections, which are parasitic worms. The root was also soaked in whiskey and taken for rheumatism and as a purgative. The powdered root was used on ulcers and sores, and a drop of fresh root juice was put in the ear for deafness. Compound decoctions of roots were taken for boils, and the root ooze was mixed with water and used to soak corn before planting to keep off crows and insects. The root was also consumed by humans and fed to horses as a laxative to remedy constipation. And the seeds and pulp of the fruit were placed into a cut of an atrophied shoulder muscle of a horse. A decoction of the whole plant was sprinkled onto potato plants to kill potato bugs. And the plant was also reportedly used as a love charm. It's important to note, though, that our application of such ethnobotanical knowledge is limited due to the loss through time and history of the exact production and utilization processes. However, through research and study, we can rediscover all of this lost knowledge and regain and reapply this wisdom of our ancestors to that of today.